One afternoon, Gordon was resting in a siding. It was a hot day, and the express had been heavy.
I get so out of breath, but nobody cares. They just say I'll be alright after a rest.
Why don't you get the Fat Controller to give you tanks in a bunker instead of that clunky old tender? You'd feel like a new engine. We tank engines never get out of breath, you know.
Perhaps it was lucky for Thomas that poor Gordon hadn't the energy to make any reply. The men worked hard on Gordon, but they couldn't make him better.
You need new tubes, Gordon. You'll have to go to the works to have them fitted.
While poor Gordon was being mended, Henry and James took turns pulling the express. But one morning, just before Gordon was due back, Henry was ill and James was busy pulling another train.
We have no spare engine except Thomas, the inspector told the Fat Controller. Hi, sir! But he can't pull the train on his own.
Could Percy help?
No. But the two of them with Duck might manage. It's only as far as the works. They're sure to have a spare engine there.
Right, let me go and talk to them. The Fat Controller went to find the tank engines. Now you three, I'm sure you're aware of the situation with the express. I wouldn't ask if there was another engine, but could you three pull the express as far as the works?
God, never miss an opportunity like this, sir. That sounds wicked.
I don't see why we couldn't. Me and Stepney did it a while ago.
I'm sure the three of us can do it, sir.
Then that's settled. Off you go, you three.
So the three engines filled up with water, Percy had his lamp set, and off they went to Knapford Station. The three engines arranged themselves in front of the coaches accordingly. Thomas nearest the train, Duck in the middle, and Percy at the front. They waited for what felt like hours, but the guard blew his whistle, and off they set, slowly but surely. The engines couldn't go as fast as Gordon, but the passengers didn't mind. They knew that Percy, Thomas and Duck were trying their best. Expresses aren't like branch line trains. They don't stop at all the little stations, and the engines don't have a chance to get their breath back. Soon the three began to feel tired. They passed through Edward Station and struggled valiantly up Gordon's Hill. The strain was beginning to show. I'm glad we didn't stick. Gordon would never have let me hear the end of it.
Less talky, more pulley, Thomas.
They strained up the hill slowly and surely, but the hill proved too much for Percy.
Come on, Percy, you can do it. Come on, mate, what do I always tell you?
Little engines can do big...
He couldn't even finish what he was going to say. His driver blew his whistle and stopped the train. Thomas's driver walked over to Percy. We can't take you off now, mate. Do the best you can to keep your brakes off. It's not that far now.
At least it's downhill from here on.
This made things harder for the other two, but they struggled on gamely, twin columns of steam shooting high into the air. At last, they made it to Crovan's Gate. They were just passing through the works when Duck found he could go no further. Thomas couldn't pull the heavy train on his own, and the cavalcade came to a standstill a few yards short of the station platform.
Come on.
And there, watching from the works siding, stood Gordon. The Fat Controller, who had been on the train, told the three engines he was very proud of them.
Words cannot describe how proud I am of you three. You did very well to get the train as far as you did. And now, you deserve a rest.
Duck, Percy, and Thomas were uncoupled, and a new engine took their place. As the tank engines moved wearily away, Gordon looked at Thomas and smiled. Then, he took 3 deep breaths and winked. He didn't need to say anything. Thomas knew exactly what he meant.